Good morning, you guys. This is Shella D. Bridgman, and welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. And this is my testimony. I listened to all of the recordings, and I heard a noise in the background, and I said, What is that? I know where I'm at. You might hear a car, you might hear a bus or something, right? And I realized you could hear him playing in the background with his little toy. So I just did something I was just about to click on, and I just did something. I said, let me do something so they don't hear that noise, because I know how I can be distracted. I know how, you want things. I'm doing the best I can to present the best that I can. And so I just did a little something to try to get rid of that noise so that he's not making noise back there. We're going to make this short and sweet today. I need to, this is something worth sharing. Excuse me, the young man, okay, now he's going to find a way to still make noise. The young man that I told you guys about that runs the storage facility, and he had just gotten out of a relationship in his 20s. It ended up that I wasn't able to get all of my stuff out yesterday, because yesterday was getting the video done. It was, I can't even tell you. If I told you the whole story, you would understand. But what it took to get the video completed, not completed, but uploaded, it was a lot. It was like, but it created a delay for me, in which I said, this is for a reason, because a delay is always a good thing, and it just lined some stuff up, right? And you know what? Come on now, let me tell you, full disclosure, you guys are my friends. It led me to be so exhausted, the hours that it took to get the video uploaded, that I ended up saying, I can't do this. I just physically can't move all of this stuff. So I said, they're gonna have to help me. So I drove down there, and I said, I need help. I need at least one more day. So he had someone there in the office. It was the manager, and I told you nobody's ever there, right? He happened to be there, and he said, I have someone here in the office, someone that he was trying to sign up or whatever, and or a customer. And he said, he said, till tomorrow, right? He said, just go in or whatever behind somebody else. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever, right? And so I went thrifting. I said, let me go. I was waiting for the sun to go down, because I'm not a sun girl. It's a lot for me. I have sun damage. My friend that I told you, Charlotte, she told me years ago, she's my first teacher, spiritual teacher, and she told me, wear sunscreen, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, I don't need that. You should see my skin. But that was from working outside. It's from working outside. When I get myself, I know how to make it better. But anyhow, so I went thrifting to kill some time and to make myself feel better. This really nice. They have nice music. They were playing Dolly Parton, and they play everything, right? The Fifth Dimension, and everything, right? It's a really nice place, really clean. It's an upscale thrift store. Right? So I went over there and bought me some stuff, and some stuff that I really needed. But by the time I got into the storage room last night, it's like, this stuff is already here. I didn't need it. But it helped me to feel better. But here's the kicker. This is why I'm just telling you this. I saw this purse. I'm a really good shopper. Sometimes they have 50% off, so that means you're buying something for $4, right? I was finished. I was at the checkout counter, and I turned around and I looked, and there was this like a yellow bag, and it looked like a Coach bag. It had the texture of a Coach bag, right? And I like the big bags. I don't like the little crossbody bag. I like that, and I can do the crossbody thing. That's what I like. Or I like a big, a big tote kind of bag, right? So it's like that. It's kind of like a big bag. And it's like yellow. And I'm like, it was on display. So it just, blended in with everything and stuff, right? And so I had already picked up this beautiful, soft, buttery leather bag, right? I'm a sucker for a bag. I told you I'm taking my bags with me. So I had already put, and it's like orange, right? I had already picked this up, right, for $12. So, a big tote size. So this one, I said, and I'm trying to figure out, is it real leather? And I'm looking at the tag, don't have my glasses, and this and that, this and that, this and that, right? And so I'm talking, and God, I'm supposed to share this with you. I'm talking, and this lady comes up, and I'm like, and she said, well, who is it by? So I'm looking up on the phone and this and that, and the things were, they had a little bit of price to them or whatever, but so I couldn't figure it out. And I'm there at the register. Everything else he's ringing up, right? He said, I'll give you to you for the price of the other bag, right, which was $12. Even that was a steal, because let me just say, this is the Salvation Army, so the money that they earn pays for the housing of the people that they help. They're allowed to stay there for 6 months rent free, and they get, counseling and stuff to help them with their drug and alcohol treatment. Okay, so that's why he's saying, buy the stuff, because it's not just, whatever, is to help these people that live, and it's a brand new, put it like, I even help with the landscaping. I told you I've done hard labor. That was one of the hardest jobs I ever had. It was nothing, and they built this business park there, and it's a whole space. It's a brand new place. So anyway, so yeah, he gave me this bag, so I couldn't. And then there's a little like change purse attached to it, right? And he was saying, how somebody's talking to you, but you're not paying attention, because I'm trying to figure out, because I like leather bags, and I told you I told you I like leather. I like leather furniture. I told you I like leather, right? And so he kept saying, I would buy a lottery ticket with this, right? And I was like, I'm like dismissing what he said, right? And I'm like, then I switched gears, and he opened the change purse, and he showed me. He said, look, there was money in it. There was change in it. And I said, okay. And he said, he's shaking it around. He's showing it to me, right? And I'm like, that's like $1. I'm like, okay, I got money in my pocket, right? And so, when it was time to check out, and I found some earmuffs that were really, really, really cute, like really cute. I said, let me get those two, right? And they cost $1. Or what? No, what I bought was something in like 7 cents or something. So I went in that change purse, and I was gonna use some of that change, but I looked at it, and that when I realized it was almost exactly $1. And I'm like, And that was when it dawned on me what he said. $1, right? And that's when he looked at me, and I said, I could buy a lottery ticket. And that's what he hit the counter so hard. He said, I didn't mean to scare you. He said, that's what I was trying to tell you. When you find exactly $1, okay? Full disclosure, I just won $2. It was yesterday. I just won $2. You know how you never win anything. Well, some people do, but I never win. And that's it's like $1.05. So, so yeah, I'm gonna go buy me a lottery ticket. I tried to buy one last night, but because it's coins, I want to make sure I use exactly those coins. So I got to go to a store or something. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna put my lucky shirt back on today. I washed it. My family reunion shirt. I'm gonna put that on, and I'm gonna keep with this moving and stuff, and get it done. And you know what? I'm really getting rid of a lot of stuff. Like most of my clothes, I'm getting rid of that stuff. I'm really getting rid of it. Like the jackets are pretty much what I'm gonna keep. Which I got a lot of jackets from my aunt, and but pretty much everything else is going. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet to make sure I can get this uploaded and everything right now. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good day. I really mean it. It's a beautiful day here. You can just feel it in the air. It's just a beautiful day. He had his walk. He he got in trouble. He's doing that thing when he says he's happy. He does this thing with his mouth. He got in trouble because he misbehaved. So I had to straighten him out. But he's good right now. He had his breakfast. He had his loud burp and everything. So we're gonna get on down the road. We have a lot to do today. Ooh, Lord, I haven't had a Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie. I'm not trying to advertise or anything. But listen, I had a craving for one, so I went to Walmart this morning because I went last night and the people had bought out the stuff because this is actually Veterans Day weekend and we're like 2 weeks away from I don't know, we're getting close to the Thanksgiving, right? So people are buying stuff. They bought out all the stuff that you need, like on a regular basis. I'll say it like that. They bought it. There was like nothing on the shelf. So I said, if I go first thing in the morning, even though I like to keep you guys first, that's one where if they bought out everything on the shelf, I said, let me go. They should have restocked overnight. Let me go catch me something on the shelf, right? So, excuse me, they didn't have the brand that I wanted this morning. So I bought the other brand. I said, okay, this is going to be good enough. It's going to be good enough. But, yeah, and then I came on down the road to talk to you guys. So, yeah, that's what I'm sharing with you today. But you can feel the beauty in the air. It's a good day. And you know what, the guy at the storage place. So back to him. He gave me a code. I went back after. No, I went back. Okay, I went back after the sun went down. Okay, so I went thrifting. Got the bag and all this other stuff. Came back. Now the sun is down. Now I'm ready to go to work. So what he was telling me was go in after somebody else. I was like, I'll never get my stuff done. Because it's not like a steady stream of people coming in and out. And then that's the potential for a fight or something, right? I said, that doesn't sound right. So he was still in there. I tapped on the window. He came to the door and he said, oh, because he couldn't have just done that because he had somebody with him. He said, let me give you a temporary code. He said, for through tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you. Temporary code, right? Then when he came back, he said, it's good through Monday. I'm like, what? So I actually have all these extra days to get my stuff moved. Most of it, it's like I said, it's really going to go out, but it's just, yeah. I'm going to keep some of it though, but it's a little bit of work. But yeah, so he did that for me. And that's the other thing that I want to share with you too. And this is how things tend to work for me. It's not all of my victories, all of the wonderful things that have happened for me generally don't just straight away happen. It usually, what do they say? It's the long game. It's what's going on? I'm talking. I'm sorry, people. Or you guys. Yeah, usually it's the long game for me. Usually it's the long game. Usually it started from even the car that I have. Come on now. Even the car that I have, I worked. I had a car. It died. I drove to my home. Well, I got to my hometown. My brother gave me a car, which I'm not going to get into that. But he gave me a car, and it wasn't worth keeping. It wasn't worth keeping, so I ended up renting a car. But that was too stressful for me to drive something that wasn't mine. I even bumped the bumper a little bit. And I had to pay to get that fixed. It's amazing how I came up with the money. But, so I had a rental car and I was at work. And I tend to keep things to myself. This again, and I'm not trying to sell anything. Let me go ahead and say this too. One of those, oh gosh, people and this, and I'm trying not to complain about this either. On one of the recordings, I heard me say something about asking you guys to share this and this and that and this and that. Let me tell you something. I don't advertise. I don't do anything. I have a book. I have an online class. I have this. I don't advertise anything. Yes, I have business cards, but I don't advertise anything. That's what God told me not to do. Okay? When He decides to promote me, when He decides to say, okay, this is what we're doing, my job is to do it. Okay? This is full disclosure. My job is to create, to do, and to be the person that I'm supposed to be, to grow and develop myself so that I can manage what I'm supposed to carry. Okay? That's my job. His job is how it's going to get done. That's his job. So I don't spend money on promoting anything. Now you know I could pay to do something. I don't do anything. Okay? So I apologize, and I was just going to walk around with this, but I listen to the, recordings, and I keep telling you that I'm pleased with everything. I listened to that one, and something at the time I listened to it, it sounded good, but that little part, when I listened to it, I was like, later on, I'm like, wait a minute, no, I don't like that. I hear so many people do it, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm not promoting, I'm not advertising or anything, because the whole thing, come on now, full disclosure, the whole thing is that what I get, you're going to know it was from God. He's going to get the credit, not anybody else. You're going to know that the way that happened, that was God. This is me, facts. This is me telling you the truth, okay? So that's why I'm telling you this story about the lottery ticket or whatever, how it happened. Go here, do this, and do that. I ended up going there. I had just bought stuff. I wasn't going to go over there and buy anything, but I was trying to kill some time because I was waiting for the sun to go down, and I was trying to feel better, because this whole thing, moving was just moving twice in 1 month, and this is a whole, not like a 5, but no, this is me in my car by myself with the dog in the heat trying to move and do stuff. So it's a little bit of something. And look, so I had me another pie this morning, and I tell you, that's what I'm saying, for breakfast. It is good. So I haven't had one in like a year, because they don't sell the sweet potato pies like all year round, right? It's usually a seasonal thing. Child, I don't know what happened. I don't know. That's what I'm telling you too. When you have a craving for something, just go ahead and do it and forgive yourself and move on. Right? Because I ate this pie this morning, well, most of it anyway, like while I was loading up the computer. It was so good. It was like rich, not too much sugar, and thick, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I feel good. I feel good. And it's the kind of thing where you can eat, and it's not like that other stuff, like the chocolate cake. That's something different. This is sweet potato pie, is essentially like sweet potatoes, right? A little bit of sugar. But, yeah, so. Man, these people, I'm sorry. I hate, now, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. And that just goes to show, let me tell you, this is private. This conversation that I have with you guys is a private conversation. You see, I don't want anybody to hear it. This is a private conversation. So, I just want to say, point made. For me, all of my successes, everything that good that happens for me, generally doesn't just happen like go and walk and do this. Generally, it's something that started a while ago, and then you got to do this, and then you got to go over here, and then you end up with the thing. Excuse me. So that's what I was trying to tell you about. I had a rental car. And so I was doing temporary work, and I was doing hard work, right? So I was on this construction site with this guy, and so what happened was I needed to return the rental car. Because it was too expensive. It was a monthly rental, but it was too expensive, and I was too nervous driving someone else's car. So I bumped the car and all of that kind of stuff, right? So I'm at work. I go to work, and I take this assignment that ends up not even being anything like what it said. It ended up being flood. What do you call it when you get the water? I told you guys in the other recording that this place was not built for water. I told you that when the rain, people freak out. It was getting the water. I'm in a hurry. It was getting the water out of a basement. It had rained and the basement flooded. So I got my work boots on and stuff. So now, but I'm in there in water. The description for the job said nothing about that. It said probably like cleanup or something. It didn't say anything like that. It ended up being, pumping the water out of a basement, which is a whole thing, right? So, and it smelled really bad and everything. Okay. On this job, I ended up working with a guy that I worked with a year ago, like exactly a year ago, and it was a good experience. We worked together at a construction site. We worked together for like maybe a couple days, and we worked well together. Now, I'm generally the only woman. That's one thing. Number two, I'm a little funny. I've done a lot of cleanup, and when I sweep, I sweep. Like, it's going to be clean, right? Because there's a lot of inspections and all this other kind of stuff. But that's just the way I work. I told you, excellence, I believe in that, okay? So the guy, we actually worked well together. Even with me being all particular and stuff, he managed that. And so it was a rare and good experience. So I saw him a year later, and I was like, wait a minute, isn't your name? Because his name was, okay, I remembered his name. I said, isn't your name? We pumping, sweeping the water, and it's the whole process, right? I mean, water, not like a little bit, but like actual water. You had to get all the damaged stuff out. We had to pick that up and take that and put that in the trash and then get the water up. It was a whole thing, right? And so, so we're working, and I'm talking like, isn't your name so-and-so? And he's like, yeah. I said, didn't I work with you at so-and-so? He was like, yeah. It was actually building it in and out. So I'm telling you, I've been around. I've done some things. So, so when I drive around town and I see places, I'm like, man, I worked on that place. I worked on that place and that place and that place, right? Because I've been doing this for years, right? So he was like, yeah. I said, didn't I work with you at X? And he was like, yeah. And we're working and pushing and doing all this stuff. And we're talking. It's like, okay, cool, right? And so I actually told him, I said, man, I have this car. I said, I got to get rid of this car today. I said, I got to turn it tomorrow or something like that. I said, I need a car. And I told him the whole story, right? And if you can see how I don't even want the people to hear me talking to you. I don't tell people my business. I don't tell people. I show up and I leave and that's it. And I don't talk to anybody. I've been doing this for years. I don't talk to people, right? When I was younger, it was different, but I don't talk to people. And I told him the story about the situation with the car, right? And he said, I know somebody. Now, you know, like I know that a lot of people say they know somebody, right? Everybody knows somebody. And so as the day went on, I was like, man, are you sure? And he said, I'm trying to get the phone number. So he couldn't get the phone number. So when we got off work, we ended up driving over to the place. He went over there with me. I ended up talking to the people, and I couldn't get the car right then. There was a delay, of course. And so I had to come back another day, and he was surprised. He said, because I've seen people like, right away and stuff like that. So I ended up getting this car that I have right here, with all the warning lights and stuff on it. But it looks nice. It looks really nice from the outside. That is really funny. It's a nice car. It needs something's wrong, and it needs to. I'm so hot. Something's wrong, and it needs to. Something's wrong, and I don't have a mechanic. And people, I haven't had luck with anybody helping me with it. So that's why I want another car. That's what. It has a lot of miles too, so that's why I want another car. But I say all that to say that I ended up getting a car, a very nice, it's a very attractive car. It's a luxury car. It's a very attractive car, but like I said, it has a lot of miles on it, and a lot of the warning lights are on it, and I haven't had help with getting it fixed. All this stuff fixed. So that's the situation. But that's what I'm saying is that it was a long game. It was somebody that I worked with a year ago, had a good experience, and helped me to get this car that I have now. And the funny thing was, when I was talking to him, I was like, didn't you say that you had accepted a job with X? And he said, no. He said, but I've been on a long-term assignment for a year, and this is my first time working with the company again. I said, get out of here. So that's what I'm saying. Everything was lined up. Everything was lined up. I'm going to give me a lottery ticket today with this little 4 quarters, and I'm just full disclosure. Full disclosure. I'm just telling you this thing. You know, I didn't expect. I told you it's gonna be quick. I didn't expect to be on here for this long today, and hopefully I can get this uploaded and everything. Oh, okay, it looks pretty good. So yeah, but I just want to share all that with you. That sometimes you hear all that noise. I don't know what that is. Sometimes things are, everything happens for. Is that too loud? Sorry. Everything happens for a reason, and I heard someone say before that life is a series of decisions. Okay, life is a series of decisions. The fact that I had a good conversation with this young man that said that he had just broken up with someone he had been in an 8-year relationship with, and he's like 26. You know what I'm saying? We had a really good conversation and everything. He helped me to do something that I really needed. He helped me. He's not charged. People, that storage room is $200 a month. He could have said, and these people, I've been running into people where they don't give you any kind of, if you leave 10 days early, they don't give you any kind of reimbursement. I've been running into that. So, no, he could have just said, no, get out. He could have done that. So, that's what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is life is a series of decisions. What do you need to do right now? I heard that from Oprah. What do you need to do right now? You may have a plan for something down there, but in this moment right now, what do you need to do? So there's something else I want to tell you about, but I'm like, that's the thing where I say that when you do something good, you don't want to tell people. Maybe I should tell you. I don't want to. I'm not gonna tell you that. Okay, but yeah, so but that could have something. Okay, no, I'll go ahead and tell you. There was a whole pile of stuff right next to my storage room at this old place where I said people live there. There was like as much stuff as I have, like in a huge storage room. It was just sitting outside, and it was there all day. Because that's where I'm at all the time, in that neighborhood. No. So I'm driving back and forth all day, and I kept seeing that pile of stuff outside, right? And so by the time I got there late that evening to start moving my stuff, because now I have the new storage room and everything, now I see the people moving the stuff. And they were moving it into the storage room, like kind of next to me. Like not right next to me, but kind of, a couple ones down, right? It was a woman and a man. They were, maybe about 60. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple. And they were moving the stuff in the storage room. And so when I drove up and I was in the car and I'm like, you need to figure out what you're looking at, right? I'm like, what is the situation here? I didn't see a car. It was just them. It's an outside unit where you just, I'm all amped up. It's an outside unit where you just pull up. There was no car around. They were just moving the stuff into the storage room, right? I'm like, what is going on here, right? And so I believe it comes to find out they were moving into the storage room. I don't know how their stuff got there. Maybe somebody dropped it off there in front of the place, in front of the storage room. And they were moving it inside because they were moving in. You get what I'm saying? They were moving in. And so the lady the man was so embarrassed, he went inside. And she kept outside working. And when you have a lot of stuff like I do, you don't know where your toothbrush is. You don't know. It's just all mixed in, right? And so, this thing is really. And so she was trying to sort through stuff. She was like, "Oh, I put the sweatsuit over here and this and that," because you want to know where stuff is. You don't want to just throw it in there, and then you can't find anything. So, like I said, he went inside because he was embarrassed, right? And so, but she was still working outside, and so I figured out what it was. Like I said, they were moving into the storage room. So I went ahead and I'm getting my stuff out. I got my little luggage and the containers. Like I said, the big, easy stuff, I was moving that out. But some of this stuff is heavy. I'm by myself. I'm not 21 and this and that. And but they were moving into the storage room. So what I did was, my godmother just sent me some money. That's what she was doing the other day when I was saying she was calling and stuff. She sent me some money, and before I left, I got everything in the car and stuff, and the guy was inside. I gave the lady $20. And I did that because I don't know what their situation was. You know what I mean? And this is something that was on my heart the other day, and I was gonna tell you about showing compassion to other people, because this is now officially the holiday season. And these people are moving. This is a couple. I'm about to cry. Moving into a storage room. So last night when I was leaving, because the guy helped me, I'm leaving and they're walking. She has a walker push chair thing, and they're walking. And she had on this beautiful white coat. They're walking to go into the storage room, and my timing was perfect. That I was leaving. You know what I mean? And then the other lady that was right behind me, she was moving out last night, because I was like, "What is going on?" She was moving out. She had all her bags and she was moving out. Remember I said it's like a hotel, but yeah. So, and when I gave them the $20, I said, shoot, this it's like almost across the street from a gas station, AM, PM, they could, you can get sandwiches and stuff. I said maybe that can help them get, something to eat or something. Other full disclosure, the other day when I was saying don't tell people what you're doing, I told you I was thrifting, and I bought myself and I told you I bought myself a jacket for $20, and I said I don't spend that much for a jacket. I also bought like a sweater kind of fleece kind of thing, right? Because I needed something to keep warm but casual and stuff, because my stuff's in storage. And so I bought that little jacket, and my dysmorphia, right? I keep telling you that I'm bigger than I usually am, and so I bought this jacket, and it was way too big. I said, we're not doing that. I told you that's against the rules. We're not doing that. We're not wearing something 3 sizes too big. So, because I didn't try it on, and so I put it on because I was gonna wear it. And then I immediately took it off, because I told you these people wash the stuff, you can smell it. And so I immediately took it off, and I folded it up and I put it to the side, right? And so I'm still going on and on and on. And this is one night I had to go to work, and so it's late. And that particular night, it was really cold. It was really cold, because here where I am is hot in the daytime. I told you about the sun. It's hot in the daytime. And cold at night. It's really cold. And so I said I'm gonna give this sweater to somebody. I said I'm gonna give it to somebody, but not somebody that's just having a hard time. I said I want it to be somebody that doesn't have anything. So I was driving down the street, and I'm looking for somebody to give it to, right? And I saw this man, and he was like, looked like he was like typing on a phone or something. He was trying to do something on the phone, and he looked like he had had a little bit to drink or something, right? He looked like he was about 60, and he didn't have anything on. He had on a t-shirt, and it was cold. It was cold. So this is like 10 o'clock at night, right? I'm on my way to work. It's late. It is cold. He's walking down the street, and because he looked like he had something to drink or something, and I said he probably won't even know or something that I said to myself. And then I said, let me give this thing to this man. I said, and because he wasn't wearing anything, so I made a U-turn and I went back, and I said, you want a sweater? He said, yeah, you got one? And I gave it to him, and he put it on immediately. He put it on immediately. You hear me? So, and it fit him. So it was 2-3 sizes too big for me, but it fit him perfectly. It fit him perfectly. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When God tells you to do something, do it. You don't know how something is connected to something else. And this is what I was supposed to save this and tell you about it. Save it. When it happened, all these things have happened. It's just on my heart, and I was going to tell you to have compassion for others. This is the holiday season, and this is what people are doing, right? And but I just that's why I ended up talking about something. That's what I told you, when I sit down and I start talking to you, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just whatever's supposed to come up. But I didn't plan on talking to you this long today, because I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. What does it say? And I want to make sure I get this uploaded. Actually, even if I have to do something, I'm going to get it uploaded, but I need to get it recorded, so I need to stop rushing what I'm saying. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This is the end of the year. This is the end of the year challenge. And the reason why it's a challenge, because it is whatever you need to do whatever you can. I keep saying I'm moving the storage. It's because I'm getting my life together. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm really saying, is I'm getting my life together. I'm getting rid of most everything I have. I've got rid of a washer and dryer and everything, but God is telling me to hold on to this bed. I don't know why. I have a nice, I don't know what is going on. I got a nice pillow top for it, a down pillow top, beautiful. Everything. I have an electric blanket. I have everything for this bed that's put away separate. I got sheets, everything, comforters, different comforters, everything for this bed. And God is telling me to keep it to the side. And there may be somebody that I'm going to meet that they need a bed. You know what I mean? But yeah, when God tells you to do something, do it. I'm not trying to, this is just where I'm going today. I don't know. It's what I'm led to do. But when God tells you to do something, do it, because you don't know how it's going to come around and bless you in the future. You don't know. That conversation that I had with that man about his relationship, child, got me some free days in the storage room that I need, because shoot, my stuff could be sitting outside. Okay? Me buying a jacket that was $5, too big, but I ended up giving it to a man, that really needed it. I'm gonna tell you this. I really need to get off. I remember a story years ago. I don't remember who told it. If I did, I would give them the credit. But somebody said that. Let's slow down to tell this story. Somebody said, whoever told this story, I can't remember who it was, and they said that they were on the way to a job interview. They saw somebody alongside of the road that needed help, and they stopped to help the person. Come to find out, when they got to the interview, Who do you think was the person that was interviewing them? The person that they helped along the road. On the road. So they said, okay, so we can get we don't even have to talk about that because you know you have the job. You know what I'm saying? You know you have the job. When God tells you to do something, do it. You never know how it's connected to your future. That's why I tell the guy on my job, the supervisor that's been so kind to me. He's always been so good. He's always good to me. And I tell him that, I said, I may not be the person to find the cure for cancer, but maybe I can help somebody else. Maybe you're in school. Maybe you're raising that child. Maybe somehow somebody else is connected to that person that's going to find it. So this is what I'm doing. This is the work that I'm doing. This is why I need a good parking space in the parking lot so I can talk to you and I'm not interrupted. This is why. It's not about me moving. It's about the message. It's about keeping going when it's hard. It's about doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, for the person that you're supposed to do it for. Keeping it moving. It's about following that little voice inside yourself and what it's telling you to do. Because I went over there and got me a little bag. I don't know if it's leather or not. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's leather or not. But shoot, this may be the one. This may be the one. And I tell you, God will get the glory for that. Not one man, not no man. You know? So, thank you for being here with me, you guys. Thank you. This is important to me. That's why I need what I keep saying, this is a private conversation. This is not for anybody. This is for who catches it. This is for who catches it. And it's not for sale. It's not for sale. This is for who catches this. So I'm not begging you to share and this and that. You know what I mean? That's not what this is about. This is for who is supposed to get it is gonna get it. I am Shelly D. Bridgman. I thank you for spending time with me today. I thank you for being on this journey with me. I thank you for giving me your time. I hope you and your family are well. I hope that you are closing out this year in the best way possible, the best way that you can for yourself, and that you're looking forward to the next year, because this is coming fast. It's coming fast. I thank you again. I send you love. Take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.